Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello! Hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 5. About the last episode, I'm gonna put the link of my reaction video about the last episode if you want to check it. Because you know, during the last episode, the more I think about it and the more I think that it was a good episode because it was an episode like The Walking Dead, like we are used to have with The Walking Dead, with moments of action, with moments of tension, with, you know, psychology behind characters and all of that. But some things during the last episode were not great in my opinion and it bothered me, really it bothered me. I thought that the last episode was not well built, you know, because we had okay moments of action, but also moments where they were just talking to each other and they were just like explaining their thoughts and all of that. And it's great to have a mix of this kind of moments in an episode. But during the last one, maybe you didn't feel it, but I felt it during the episode and I also felt it during the editing of the episode. The moments when they were talking, it was really long moments. It was really like someone is saying something, a long moment of silence, someone is responding, a moment of silence, someone is responding. And it was almost like it wasn't right, you know, it wasn't fitting with the mood. You can do that, you can do moments like that, you know, but when the mood of the episode is like that, but it wasn't fitting with the moments of action, like we were living moments of silence like that, a really long moment, and pam, we were, you know, at the hilltop with the dead, with the tree and all of that, and it disturbed me and I didn't find it really well done, well built. It was not well built together. So it disturbed me, and of course the moment with the kiss with Mission and the King disturbed me. But you know, when the trailer was out, I said it, I was not against the relationship, why not? But I didn't like the fact that they brought it, you know, into the trailer like it was made for being a shock for the fans. It was made for promote the show with that, and I didn't like that. It was also made to prepare us for that kiss, you know, to not be a full shock during the episode and really just having the shock during the trailer. And when we were gonna discover that moment into the episode, we were gonna be shocked, but not as shocked as if it wasn't on the trailer, you know. So yes, I didn't like the fact that they put it on the trailer at first because it was made for being a shock, because it was made to promote the show, and I didn't think that it was right to use that to promote your show. And during the last episode, we had finally the kiss. And you know, because of the trailer, because of the fact that they promoted the show with that kiss, I was expecting them to have really a relationship. I was expecting that kiss to be something real, to be something with consequences, to be something, yes, important into the show. And no, they really said that no, it was not gonna be a thing. And they really said that okay, we kissed and it was just, you know, an inside joke for the fans who read the comics and we are together in the comics, so it's really an inside joke for you. Right there, it can't happen, it's not us, it could have happened in another universe. They are saying it directly to the viewers, so they are saying it directly to the viewers. It was an inside joke, no consequences in this world, it's not gonna happen. So tell me, why did you promote your entire show, your entire season with that kiss? Why did you use that kiss, which meant nothing, in your trailer to promote your show, to shock your fans? If it was for nothing, if it was just an inside joke, Why did you put it on your trailer? I don't understand that. I mean, it's not a joke like the joke that we also had on the trailer about Daryl and Carol making bracelets, you know, friendship bracelet. No, it was not a joke like that. It's a joke, and that, you know, it's important, but it's fun, and it's okay to have that on the trailer and on the season. But if you are promoting your show with a kiss between two characters and it's shocking for the fans, during the episode, during the show, it has to mean something. If it's not meaning anything, why? I don't understand that, and I don't like that. It's making me angry. Maybe I'm excessive right there, and you know me, I can be excessive sometimes, but if I'm being objective, you know, if I'm not getting mad and all of that, if I'm just thinking about that, I still find that it was wrong. It was wrong to promote your show with that kiss. It was wrong because you knew that it was nothing. You knew that in the show, really, for your characters, it meant nothing. So to promote your show with it, you used your viewers, you fooled your viewers, but not in a good way. And I don't like that. I find that wrong, and I'm a little angry with the production because of that. I'm not blaming the actors and the actresses. I'm not blaming the show, you know. I'm not blaming the writers because they just wrote their season, and it was a good inside joke. If you are just thinking of it, you know, in the episode, it was a good inside joke, but the promotion of your show with it was bad, and I'm blaming the production for that, not the writers, not the show, not the actors, the actresses, but really the production and the promotion of your show. The real good moments that we had during the last episode were with Lydia and with Negan. It was interesting to have them evolving and discussing together. It was really nice. And now Negan left. I think that Daryl did it. You know, Lydia said that she was the one who let him out, and Daryl said, no, you can't be that one because I was watching what was happening during the night and I didn't see you go out. I think that he did it. Because, you know, of his last discussion with Negan, I don't know. I think that Daryl did it. We're gonna see if I'm right or wrong about that, but I really think that he did it. Negan is now out, and I don't know what is gonna happen to him, but I think that the decision that he's gonna make after that is gonna be really important for his character. Because, you know, he was into Alexandria because he was forced to be into Alexandria. He was like a prisoner. He was okay, useful to them, but he was really like a prisoner. It was not his choice to be really there. So I really think that the choice that he's gonna make after that, going back to Alexandria or Hilltop or another place like that, it's gonna be important because he's gonna choose to come back, you know. Or maybe during a moment of action, during a moment when our guys are gonna be in a bad position, maybe he's gonna come and save the day. I don't know, but maybe it can be something like that if he's choosing to come back, if he's choosing to be good, you know, to change, to really change, to prove us that he really changed. It's gonna be really like his decision is gonna be really important for the evolution of his character, because it's gonna be like, did he really change or not? It's gonna be the proof of that, so I'm waiting for that. You know that with Negan I have an issue with him because I like his character. He's a funny character now and I believe in redemption, so I want to give him a second chance, but I'm never gonna forget what he did. I have trouble to forgive him, and really I can't trust him yet. I think that if he's making that decision that I just told you about, if he's making that decision to come back and maybe to save the day at some point, or just to come back, if he's making that choice to come back, for me it's gonna mean that he really chose to come back. He really changed. So I'm really waiting for that decision to trust him. So if he's coming back, if he's saving us at some point, one or the other one, maybe I can forgive him and maybe I can trust him. I can never forget what he did, but maybe I can forgive and maybe I can trust him if he's making that decision on his own, if he's choosing to come back. So we'll see about that. Lydia, now what? She's gonna be into that cage and she's gonna hide, but for how many times? I don't know. It's really a question mark right there for me. I don't know which place she can have into that group because they are really not letting her having a place. So I really don't know how it can turn out, for her. We'll see about that. I'm waiting for seeing more stuff about Alpha because, Alpha, it disturbed me also what she did during the episode that we saw about the Alpha's group. It disturbed me because, okay, Lydia left and okay, it broke her a little, but she was really nice. I don't know if we can say nice, but really when she learned that they crossed the lines and when Carol tried to kill her, she just took Lance from them and she just gave Carol a lesson. That's not the real Alpha, come on. We are not used to that with Alpha, and after that with Gamma she was really nice with her also. I don't know, I'm really waiting for the real Alpha to come back and to be terrifying like we loved her, during the last season. We loved her as this great villain who scared us. So right now she's not as scary as she was during the last season, and I'm waiting for her to come back because she's a really great villain. So it's nice to see the humanity in her, It's nice to have backgrounds with flashbacks about her. It's really nice to see all of that, but at some point I want the real Alpha to come back. Okay, I talked already a lot, so I'm gonna stop right there and I'm gonna see the episode 5. Hey, are you okay? With just a rock? Behind you! Be careful, be careful! Get up! Get up, get up, get up! No? No? Who are you? Hey, Daryl! When we see the dog, Daryl is coming. Daryl didn't say anything, right? And I mean, he's really good at searching people. He proved it during the last seasons. You don't think that if he really wanted to find Negan, he would have found him? I'm still thinking that he did it. He released Negan. Who is he? He found Negan and Daryl didn't find Negan? Not buying that. He liked Carl. Oh. Oh. That can be interesting. Is he still Negan or not? Negan? Why are you not helping him, you? Okay, that was savage and the other one is gonna love that. Okay.
Thanks for your help. Sorry, I just needed a second to wrap your gift. So I called from Alex, waiting for the right time to surprise you.
Oh! I said it during my introduction, he's gonna have to choose.
Why don't you just put that in your backpack? You like it though, right? It's picture and steak.
I'm not sure you liked it. I'm tired of bridge in The Walking Dead. Do you really have so much bridge in US? I don't understand that. We have bridge in France, but not so many. Gamma, what are you doing? You want to contaminate the water? Kelly? Is this you? Oh, savage Negan!
Damn! Classic Negan!
I said it, but he was gonna love that. Yes, I'm beginning to ship them.
Did I ever tell you about my brother Merle?
Oh, you're gonna tell her about Merle?
He's fishing, he's drinking. He falls in the lake. Like, I saved his life. You know what he says to me? Dummy, go get the beer. It's gonna be alright. Henry forged it during his apprenticeship.
Carl, now Henry, stop mentioning people who died. Okay, it's a way of honoring them, but you're really playing with the viewers with that.
Doesn't sound good.
Yes, he's sick.
Let me just. I said I was fine.
Oh! Be nice?
How long have you gone? It's grown since then. I know what it is.
What?
I watched him fight it and win. Regional thyroid cancer had a 98% survival rate. Chemo, iodine radiation therapy, thyroidectomies.
You can't have that.
Now we both know what it means. You know, I've been struggling with my own condition. So I have to leave Alexandria. So, you know, maybe we can't get away from it. But we can talk about it.
Please talk about what happened to you.
Moving from place to place. Surviving. Following. See where they're hiding.
What?
Not anymore.
Yes?
Staff somewhere. It's a trick I can't. Brandon, people are a resource. Yeah. Not them. But it's only to get more dangerous from here. You go wherever the hell you want. See, I don't give a shit. Just as long as I don't have to see that pasty, creepy ass face of yours ever again.
Negan is really tired of your bullshit. It's a DIY. How to take a skin.
Shifts in strategy take time. Creeks, the border, the trees,
You did it!
the crush land.
You did it!
Pick a resource.
I was right.
Yeah, you wanna agree?
Yeah. You lose.
That's democracy for you.
That's Alpha.
It's fragile.
That's the real Alpha. The real Alpha is back. Finally.
You are flying. It is like voodoo magic, man. Alright? Up and up and up. What? You've never heard of not to happen?
I didn't. I don't know this word in English.
Whack. Snap your fingers right on his nuts.
Nah.
I know a place and I'm pretty sure they're gonna take you in. It's got behind walls.
You're gonna send them to Alexandria?
You just can't tell them who brought you, alright? But I will get you as close as I can.
Because you know that they are good people and they are gonna take care of them. Negan is choosing in some way. He's not following the dick who was acting like the old Negan.
Okay.
Really? Are you alright? Tell them what?
Someone.
Yes. What is it? You were stealing things? What? What did you do, creepy? You killed them?
Back on the bus when you kicked me out. So I realized it was a test.
No!
It's gonna get a lot more dangerous from here on out. You wanted to make sure that I had the balls to do what had to be done.
You're crazy.
What do you think?
I think that is gonna kill you. It's... I don't know if Negan killing what the old Negan would have done. I don't know if it's a good thing, you know. I mean, he was choosing to change, but right there, he killed someone else. And now he's taking back Lucille and the coat.
Is Carol around?
The king. Ooh, am I ready for that? I don't know. Why? I wanted them to talk.
My cousin, she was a little girl. And he gets to go on living his life.
Who? And what did he do?
So I came for him.
You killed someone?
How many people have we killed, Miko? And still that look right there.
That's interesting to question the viewers about that. Like, killing before the end of the world and killing now. What's the difference, you know? You're telling her?
Man with no law. Abuse. Might just have to wear a new man.
You want her to use him, to fool him?
No. Family.
Nah. Did she just say that he was a part of the family? Did I get that correctly or not?
I am going to blow.
Negan meets the Whisperers. That's gonna be great. That's what I don't know what to think about that. I don't know what to think about Negan because, you know, Negan, during this episode, this entire episode, without the end, this entire episode was really to show us that he wants to change, that he changed, that he wanted to help that mom and that son to go to Alexandria, Hilltop, or somewhere like that. He was trying to help, he was trying to help them and to show them a place where they were gonna be fine and safe. So in his mind, Alexandria, Hilltop and all of that place, there are good places where you can be safe and fine. But that dude, he was really acting crazy and he was trying to be like the old Negan, or at least what he thought that the old Negan was. And Negan was not okay with that. Negan sent him away, and when that guy killed the mom and the son, he killed him. But is it a metaphoric thing like he killed the old Negan? Or the fact that he killed him is him being the old Negan? Do you understand what I mean? It's really like he killed that man, that guy who was representing the old Negan. So did it mean that he killed the old Negan so he's never gonna be like the old Negan? Or did it mean that he killed someone so he's back to the old Negan? Like he took the new Lucille, he took the coat And at the end, we saw that scene with him killing those deads like that, with this crazy smile, with that way of speaking and all of that, like the old Negan was doing. I'm not sure of that. I'm ready to believe Negan. Maybe I'm ready to trust Negan because for me, you know, he went to that place, that border or something like that. He knew that he was gonna meet the Whisperers, so he wants to meet the Whisperers, he wants to see Alpha and all of that, but for what? For really going into their side? It's too easy. You know, Negan, the old villain Negan, the old crazy Negan, having his coat, having the new Lucille and going on the wrong side, going with the new villain. Too easy. For me, it's too easy, and I really think that he has a plan. And really, during this episode proved that he believes that Alexandria, Hilltop and all of these places, they are fine and they are keeping people safe. So I really think that he wants to defend them, or at least to not attack them. So he's not gonna go with the Whisperers, be on their side and attack Alexandria and the other places. No, I think that he has a plan. I think that he's gonna bluff. You know, Alpha said it during this episode, sometimes you have to wear a mask. And I think that right there, Negan is wearing a mask. He's wearing the old mask, you know, the old Negan mask, to go with the Whisperers, to make them believe that he's back to who he was, but he's not really back to who he was. For me, this episode really proved that. This episode really proved that he changed, he was ready to help the mom and the son. He wanted to bring them to Alexandria or Hilltop because he thinks that Alexandria and Hilltop are places where you can be fine and safe. He killed that dude who was trying to be the old Negan, and I think that I'm voting for the metaphoric card, you know, right there. He killed the old Negan. So okay, he took the coat and okay, he took the new Lucille, but still is not back at being the old Negan. He changed, and right there he's playing something, he's planning something, he has something on his mind. I'm ready to trust him with that because of that episode, because of what happened during this episode. I'm ready to believe him and to trust him right there. He's gonna bluff. He's gonna play with the Whisperers, and I think that he's gonna play also with the viewers. During the next episodes, we're gonna be like, okay, now he's with Alpha or stuff like that, but I'm not believing that. No, I think that he has something on his mind. We'll see if I'm right or wrong with that, but that's my opinion and my theory. Tell me if you are believing that for Negan or not. The thing with Gamma was also interesting to see her, you know, being helped by Aaron. Okay, Alpha is now telling to Gamma, you have to fool him, you have to fool Aaron, and maybe it can be useful for us. But we saw that she was haunted by how her sister died and all of that, so maybe we can have a surprise right there. The storyline about Kimiko, Kelly, you know, saving Kelly, it was interesting, but not as interesting as the other ones. It was interesting because we can see that they are not fully invested, you know, into the group. They are not fully into it. They are still like, at some point we're gonna leave, maybe at some point something is gonna turn wrong and we're gonna have to leave. So that's interesting for that, for knowing that they are thinking like that. I have trouble to be involved and invested into that storyline, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the way of filming, and maybe because of the way of, I don't know, yes, really filming those scenes, because, you know, during that moment with Magma and Kimiko, I could have been into it, but I wasn't into it. I don't know why, but I have trouble to be involved into that storyline. Even if I found it interesting, even if I want to know more about it, right now I'm not into it. I don't know what I'm missing to be really into it, but I'm not into it. Tell me also, what did you think about it? If you have trouble or not to be involved into that storyline. I want to know that. The king is sick. I don't want him to be sick. I don't want him to die. I don't want him... And you know, I don't want also the writers to finish that character, the king, like that. He deserves better. You know, the king since the beginning is an amazing character, and we saw a lot of side of his character, and it's really an interesting character since the beginning. I don't want them to really, yes, finish his character like that, like just he's sick and that's it, that's all. No, please, he deserves better. If really we're gonna end his character during this season or soon, don't end his character like that. Like, okay, he has to finish things with Carol and he has to finish things with his own issues, but even if he's resolving these issues, I don't want him to die just because he's sick like that. I want him... If he has to die, I don't want him to die, so I'm touching my head and hood because I don't want him to die. But if he has to die, not like that. He deserves better than dying like that. Yes, I don't like that idea of him dying like that. Maybe now that he knows that he's gonna die, maybe at some point he's gonna make an heroic move, you know, he's gonna sacrifice himself or do something like that, and maybe I'm gonna prefer that option, you know, because it's fitting more with what we love about the king and all of that. But no, I don't want him to die, so I don't care. Really find a way to save him because I don't want him to die, but if he has to die, not like that. He deserves better. The king, his character, we love him since the beginning, and he proved so much that he's a great character. He deserves better. He deserves a better end than dying like that because he's sick, you know. We'll see about that. Okay, that was an interesting episode. I really appreciated this episode. I still think that they have trouble to build it. I still think that the moments of action and of discussion, and also the moments in Alexandria, in the hilltop with the Alphas group, they are not well built, they are not well mixed together. There is really an issue with that. I think they don't know how to bring all of their scenes together. They have good scenes all on their own. There are good scenes, there are good storylines, but putting them together, I think that they have trouble to really put them together to be coherent and to be, you know, smooth, to just, we're gonna see it and we are not gonna feel anything because all is gonna be smooth. Right there, during this episode and during the last one, they have trouble to build the scenes together to be smooth, you know, to really fit together. It's my opinion. I don't know if you are thinking the same, but it's my opinion. It's a good episode. It's really The Walking Dead. It's good storylines, good characters, and good lines and good scenes, but you have to build them together well. Right there, it wasn't smooth. You know, it wasn't like during the episode 3. The episode 3 was really great for that. All was smooth. We were really into it, into the show, into the action, into also the moments without actions. It was really like smooth. The episode 4 and the episode 5, it's really like going in all the places. It's really going you know, it's not well built. I don't know how to explain it in another way. Okay, stop talking. I think that I talked already a lot. Yes, it's a lot, so it's all for The Walking Dead for today, and it's all for me for now, so bye for now! Bye!
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?